The uncomfortable truth about your relationship with your dog. 8 behaviors that may be destroying your connection. Have you ever stopped to think that, even though you are a dedicated and loving pet owner, you may be unconsciously sabotaging your relationship with your 4-legged best friend? The truth you are about to discover may be hard to accept, but it is essential to transforming your connection with your dog into something even more special. Get ready for an eye-opening journey that goes far beyond the basics you already know about pet care. What you will read in the following lines may completely change your perspective on your relationship with your dog. And, believe me, some of these revelations may be surprisingly painful to admit. Before we dive into this eye-opening list, I need to make a warning. This text is not written to make you feel guilty, but rather to open your eyes to behaviors that may be silently damaging your bond with your dog. The good news: once you identify these habits, you will have the power to change them. The false display of affection that your dog secretly hates. You've probably done it today. You came home and, overflowing with love, grabbed your dog in a tight hug. It seems innocent, right? Well, get ready for the first shocking revelation. Most dogs hate hugs. Studies on canine behavior show that this gesture, so natural to us humans, can be interpreted as a form of dominance and restriction for them. When you hug your dog, you are literally restricting his movements, something that goes against all his natural instincts. That cute photo you love so much, with your dog smiling while being hugged. I'm sorry, but that is not a smile of happiness. In fact, it may be a sign of stress and discomfort that you never realized. The fatal mealtime mistake: if you are one of those who leave food available all day for your dog, thinking you are doing him a good thing, get ready for another uncomfortable truth. You are inadvertently creating an environment of anxiety and confusion for your pet. Dogs are animals that have evolved with specific hunting and feeding routines. When you disrupt this natural pattern by feeding freely, you are not only harming your dog's physical health, but also causing profound psychological distress. Your dog may be developing an unhealthy relationship with food without you even realizing it. Punishment that destroys trust. Here's something that can hurt. When you come home and find that gift in the wrong place, or your favorite shoe destroy, and immediately scold your dog by pointing out the crime. You are making one of the most serious mistakes possible. Dogs live in the present. When you punish your dog for something that happened hours ago, he has no idea why you are upset. The result: a dog who is confused, scared, and, even worse, who begins to lose trust in you. This dynamic may be silently eroding the bond between you. The science of dog behavior shows that delayed punishments are not only ineffective, but can also create lasting trauma. Your dog may develop fears and anxieties that will manifest in even more problematic behaviors in the future. The hidden danger of routine walks. Do you think you're doing a great job taking your dog for a walk every day along the same route? Here's a revelation that will change your perspective. Your dog may be deeply frustrated with this monotony that you consider healthy routine. Think about it. Dogs' ancestors walked miles every day, exploring new territories and discovering different stimuli. When you limit your pet to the same daily route, you're depriving them of one of the most fundamental experiences for their mental well-being: exploration. Recent studies in canine neuroscience show that new environments and stimuli are crucial to keeping your dog's brain active and healthy. A lack of variety can lead to depression and the development of compulsive behaviors that you may mistakenly interpret as cute habits. The fatal misconception of socialization. Here's something that may shock many well-meaning owners. Forcing your dog to interact with other dogs or people, believing that you're socializing him, can be a form of psychological torture for him. Have you ever found yourself saying, "Go ahead, make friends," when your dog is clearly showing signs of discomfort? This behavior, although well-intentioned, may be creating deep trauma for your pet. Not every dog needs to be extremely sociable, just as not every human is an extrovert. The subtle signs of stress that your dog gives off, like excessive lip licking, yawning at odd times, or looking away, are silent cries for help that you may be listening to. In the name of socialization, the overtreat trap. Brace yourself for a painful truth about that seemingly innocent habit of giving your dog treats. You may be inadvertently creating an emotionally manipulative monster. When you overtreat, whether out of guilt or out of a desire to show love, you are teaching your dog that food equals affection. This can result in a vicious cycle where your pet learns to manipulate your emotions to get more treats. The most worrying part: this behavior can develop into serious obesity problems and behavioral disorders. Your dog may develop an emotional dependence on treats that goes far beyond simple gluttony. The illusion of overprotection. Now we come to one of the most subtle and damaging behaviors: overprotection. If you are one of those who treat your dog like a perpetual baby, you need to hear this inconvenient truth. You may be raising an emotionally unstable and insecure animal when you prevent your dog from exploring, getting dirty, or having natural conflicts with other dogs, always with proper supervision. You are interfering with his natural development. Dogs need to learn how to deal with frustration and challenges. This is how they develop confidence and resilience. Behavioral science shows that overprotected dogs are more likely to develop separation anxiety, irrational fears, and defensive-aggressive behaviors. Your over-loving behavior may, ironically, be harming your best friend's emotional well-being. The fatal error of human communication. The last item on this list may be the most telling. You are constantly talking to your dog as if he were a human, and this is creating a communication gap between you. Long verbal explanations, attempts at reasoning, and elaborate conversations not only confuse your dog, but can also deeply frustrate him. While you are trying to explain why he shouldn't do something, your dog is desperately trying to understand your body language and energy, the only aspects of communication that really make sense to him. Conclusion: turning awareness into action. Now that you know about these 8 potentially harmful behaviors, it's natural to feel overwhelmed. But don't despair. Awareness is the first step toward change. The good news is that all of these behaviors can be corrected with small, daily adjustments. Start by observing your own actions and your dog's reactions to them. Pay attention to the subtle cues he gives. They're his most honest form of communication. Remember, your dog doesn't need a perfect owner, but rather someone who is willing to learn and evolve with him. The journey to becoming a better owner is an ongoing one, and each small, positive change only strengthens the special bond between you and him. Practical tips for immediate implementation: replace hugs with gentle strokes on the chest or chin. Set regular feeding times. Create a varied and stimulating exercise routine. Respect your dog's social boundaries. Use positive reinforcement in moderation. Allow controlled learning experiences. Communicate more through actions than words. Find the balance between protection and freedom. The most important thing is to remember that your dog does not hold grudges. Each day is a new opportunity to strengthen your connection and build a healthier and more balanced relationship. By implementing these changes, you will notice a gradual transformation in your dog's behavior and, consequently, in the quality of the relationship between you. After all, isn't that what we all want? A true, respectful, and lasting partnership with our four-legged friends. The change starts now. Your dog deserves the best from you, and you are capable of giving him that. How about starting today?